What's wrong with the U.S. education system? Roll Northumbria, roll, my boys. Roll Northumbria, roll. I see the bad moon. What's wrong with the American education system?
Let's talk about that. So it's not a question if something is wrong with it, because there is something wrong with it, but what is it that's wrong with it? That's what we're explaining.
The teacher touched me. So the current public school system was created in the Industrial Revolution, and it was made specifically to help kids be better factory workers, to sit in rows, do what you're told, and to do it well. And that
sounds a lot like communism to me.
That was quite a while ago that the school system was made like that. And it was made like that for a good reason, because the jobs that were being provided during that time were factory jobs. But now that's not a thing anymore. Now we just have robots do it, so there's no point in continuing the same system.
So why do we?
Because it's easy, it creates jobs, and it frees parents up all day. But listen, most of your education, I have not done a single piece of math since 7th grade. I couldn't tell you what a fraction is, but freaking that hasn't prevented me or even been a question on jobs I've interviewed for. And I've interviewed for electrical jobs, which you can make a living for. I wouldn't have had to... You can do electrical work and not know above 7th grade math. So...
So the thing is, what I've learned personally about what works and doesn't about education, all three of us were homeschooled at some point and public schooled. I'm currently homeschooled. I was public schooled until like 8th and a half grade or something. But what I've found out that doesn't and does work is it's the teacher can't educate you. You have to educate yourself, which means you have to be interested in the subject, or you have to know that it'll turn out in something good. Teaching some 5th grader about decimals and stuff, well, never mind, that's a bad example because decimals are actually useful.
Yeah.
But teaching them about how lava is called magma when it's underground, first off, if the kid's not like interested in rock, I don't know, whatever you call that.
Geology.
But the thing is, teaching some kid about how a rock is or lava is magma when it's underground is not going to impact their future unless they're actually interested in it, and they're not going to learn it unless the kid actually
is interested
in it or has a purpose, which 99% of the students don't. They're not going to go into any form of geology.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a total waste of time.
Here's my parents' excuse is it doesn't have to necessarily be something that you're going to use in your life, but it gets you to think. But the thing is, can't you think when you're learning about something you want to learn about or you want to get into when you grow up?
Most of my knowledge has come from the books that I've read myself because I'm interested in them. Like the Odyssey by Homo.
Homo erectus. I don't need to know what a Homo erectus is, but because of the education system, I do. The quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Isn't that really useful?
That's handy.
Are you going to use that every single day in your life for your job? You'll get fired if you don't know the quadratic formula. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
You'll lose your career.
You won't actually.
You won't.
It's totally useless. It's a waste of time.
It's
There's
bogus.
no purpose. It's a waste of time.
It's bogus.
The thing with being homeschooled is it allows you to pursue the things that you actually find interesting when you find them interesting. Like, I didn't give half a crap about science or history when I was in 2nd grade, but...
That's because you're a 2nd grader,
That's
and
because
you're
I'm a
not
2nd grader.
supposed to worry about those
Exactly.
things.
Oh, so the thing with homeschool is they don't worry about teaching you those things until you're actually interested, and you can learn it in like a fraction of the time, and it's so much more effectively, and actually retain the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Another point is public school. The reason, like one of the main reasons it's there is for social interaction, because that's where you socialize most of the time with other people your age, and you're put in a situation where you have to, which I guess is good for a lot of people, but it also turns out very poorly for some people because you don't want to
because they're fat or retarded, and other kids are not attracted to that kind of stuff, and so they get absolutely bullied.
Which
And
I have no problem with bullying whatsoever. Make fun of someone because they're fat. Also, the public education system, it's just there to basically turn you into little worker bees. You know, they put you in the situation with tons of other kids. This is like the socialist perspective. They put you into this really controlled situation, all orderly and like, with things to do, when to do them, all in this little situation because they're processing you to be the perfect little worker bee for the economy and just be and for just whatever they want you to. And also, since it's public education, whatever the government feels like you need to think, they just have that taught, and that's it.
They're not even good at teaching it. Because the way they do it, it's let's see how much useless information we can jam into these kids' heads, and then see how well they can remember it after a certain period of time.
Yeah, and when learning about, like, Columbus in school, they, like, said Columbus is this horrible man who discovered America. And it's like, he discovered America because he was looking for trade routes to India. So,
Better for society.
Mm-hmm.
And he left America thinking that he had discovered India. He died thinking he had discovered India.
You want to talk about how bad people like
Muhammad.
They don't talk about how awful he was.
Yeah.
I think that's a bad idea though, because then they're like putting sides on religions and stuff, and like I don't think
But
that's a good
they
idea
have to
too.
be truthful.
Yeah.
The way they should do it is they should tell history how it is, and they should tell things how it properly is.
This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Not this happened, and this is good because of this, and this. No, it should be because that's altering kids' minds, and kids are like they're like clay. However, what you tell them, that's what they build off of. That you're literally building them as you feed them information and knowledge. So whatever you feed them, they will grow up believing, and that will like permanently be their like root and base.
And Hitler knew that.
Hitler knew that. Yeah, he knew that pretty well. That's why he had kids on the streets of Berlin in the last few days.
Grenades in their back pocket, giving the enemy a hug.
Society.
So that's what's wrong with the U.S. education system.
There's probably so much more.
There is way much more. That's just scratching the surface.
And I'm not saying it's just the U.S. public education system that's bad, because there's this wonderful place called Hawthorne. It's this it's not a public school. It's a charter school.
You don't need to know where we are. Pee bong water. Drink bong water. Do it.
Now
We
all
can
the
see it from
viewers
here.
know where I live.
Oh dang! If you come here, I will kill you. Like, I'm not joking. I will kill you.
I'm just gonna make that the video. Just I will kill you.
No,
I'm
if you
not
find your
kidding,
way
I
into
will
the
kill
cuck
you.
shed, which is where we are now.
This is the cuck shed. The
I
shed
will-
of cucking. The cuck shed.
We're pretty much cucks.
In
Yeah.
the shed.
That's
Cucking.
that's what we are. We're the three
So
cucks.
the three cucks.
The three cucks of talk hours.
Yep.
That's us. That's us three.
Yep. You're right.
You're a cuck too.
We're gonna have a special guest coming on soon, and you'll see who that is.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see if we can get
We'll
him here.
try.
I was ready to publicly execute that sucker. I was gonna Blood Eagle that thing, tear its lungs out its back. I was gonna. Troy is its own collection.
North
it's like
America.
It's like Sparta or Athens. They're their own thing. They don't associate with other people.
Here, have a drink.
He likes to touch kids.
The wrinkly old man penis.
His body with a spirit.
What the hell are
glass
you
of
doing,
bronze did not
bastard?
protect him.
What?
Doing your mom, doing your mom, doing your mom, doing